Mount Rushmore has a secret room that no one can enter. Mount Rushmore is actually unfinished. Hello, we are Tavon and David from TD Adventures. In today's video, we are taking you along with us to explore and learn about Mount Rushmore National Memorial and Crazy Horse Memorial in South Dakota. Mount Rushmore Memorial is located near Keystone in the Black Hills of South Dakota. What are Black Hills? The Black Hills are a small and isolated mountain range rising from the Great Plains of North America in western South Dakota and extending into Wyoming in the United States. We found out that the name Black Hills comes from the Lakota words Paha Sapa, which mean hills that are black. Seen from a distance, these pine-covered hills rising several thousand feet above the surrounding prairie appear black. Check that out. This is our very first glimpse of Mount Rushmore Memorial. Why was Mount Rushmore built? South Dakota's state historian, Doan Robinson, came up with the idea to attract tourism, and it worked. More than 3 million people visit Mount Rushmore annually. We are getting closer. The only fee we paid was the parking fee, which was $10. We were instructed to park in the RV section. This is where they put the Class Bs, because they don't fit in there. Yeah. And then there's another row down next to that parking garage. Oh, okay. But the centerpiece here is how you go up, so we're parked pretty close to the stairs. Yeah. It took 14 years to build Mount Rushmore. Between October 4th, 1927 and October 31st, 1941, Gutzon Borglum and 400 workers sculpted the colossal 60-foot-high, 18 meters, carvings of United States Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln to represent the first 150 years of American history. Gutzon Borglum selected these 4 presidents because, from his perspective, they represented the most important events in the history of the United States. Would another artist at that time, or perhaps a modern artist, choose differently? Making our way to the memorial. George Washington, first President of the United States. Born 1732, died 1799. Washington led the colonists in the American Revolutionary War to win independence from Great Britain. He was the father of the new country and laid the foundation of American democracy. Because of his importance, Borglum chose Washington to be the most prominent figure on the mountain and represent the birth of the United States. Walking past the Avenue of Flags. The 56 flags represent the 50 states, 1 district, 3 territories, and 2 commonwealths of the United States of America. Thomas Jefferson, 3rd President of the United States. Born 1743, died 1826. Jefferson was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence, a document which inspires democracies around the world. He also purchased the Louisiana Territory from France in 1803, which doubled the size of our country. Gutzon Borglum chose Jefferson to represent the growth of the United States. We made it to Mount Rushmore Memorial.
Starting right now, I'm going to be giving a presentation about the geology of the Black Hills. So if anybody is interested in learning where Mount Rushmore came from or any of the other features in the area, that talk's going to be starting right now at the start of the Presidential Trail. It'll last about half an hour. Thank you.
This is the map of Mount Rushmore Memorial. We are on our way to walk the Presidential Trail. After listening to the park ranger, we learned how the Black Hills were formed. About 1.6 billion years ago, a great mass of molten rock began to rise from deep within the Earth's crust. As this mass cooled, still well underground, it formed the granite, which is now the core of the Black Hills. Theodore Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States. Born 1858, died 1919. Roosevelt provided leadership when America experienced rapid economic growth as it entered the 20th century. He was instrumental in negotiating the construction of the Panama Canal, linking the East and the West. He was known as the Trust Buster for his work to end large corporate monopolies and ensure the rights of the common working man. Borglum chose Roosevelt to represent the development of the United States.
This is cool.
Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States. Born 1809, died 1865. Lincoln held the nation together during its greatest trial, the Civil War. Lincoln believed his most sacred duty was the preservation of the Union. It was his firm conviction that slavery must be abolished. Gutzon Borglum chose Lincoln to represent the preservation of the United States. Rushmore has a secret room that no one can enter. Located behind the facade of Abraham Lincoln, sculptor Gutzon Borglum designed the chamber to hold information for visitors about the monument and information of America's history from 1776 to 1906. This is very pretty with the fall colors.
Yeah, isn't it nice? We came at the right time.
I can be like this, look. Mount Rushmore is actually unfinished.
Gutzon Borglum, the sculptor, he originally wanted to have the full upper bodies of the presidents. There's a few reasons why this never happened. World War II was one. It cut off the funding. The death of the artist that same year was also a bit of an issue. But even if those things had not been factors, he wouldn't actually have been able to put the full upper bodies on there anyway. And that's because, as he was working his way down, he would have hit that layer of schist. And unlike the granite, you can't carve that. If you try, it's just going to turn to dust on you. So that's part of the reason why we had to settle for just the faces on Mount Rushmore, despite that wasn't the original plan.
Over there is where we first came in. How long will Mount Rushmore last? Mount Rushmore is granite, which erodes roughly 1 inch every 10,000 years. Since each of the noses is about 240 inches long, they might last up to 2.4 million years before they completely wear away.
Look at maybe the rocks being left over there.
Lots of stairs. We are walking towards one of the machines that was used during the construction. Heading toward the sculpture studio. Another spot with pretty fall colors. One last view.
More stairs. Lots of stairs.
Had to rest a bit. Folks, don't wait. Try to visit Mount Rushmore while you can still climb stairs. We made it to the end of the Presidential Trail.
We made it back.
To visit the museum to learn more about Mount Rushmore, you will need to go downstairs. After visiting Mount Rushmore, we are making our way to Crazy Horse Memorial. The drive is about 35 minutes. Turning into Crazy Horse Memorial. During our visit, we paid $24 to get in. Crazy Horse Memorial is only sustained by admissions and private contributions. Straight ahead is Crazy Horse Memorial. Only the face of Crazy Horse is finished. According to Wikipedia, the Crazy Horse Memorial is a mountain monument under construction on privately held land in the Black Hills in Custer County, South Dakota, United States. It will depict the Oglala Lakota warrior Crazy Horse riding a horse and pointing to his tribal land. The memorial was commissioned by Henry Standing Bear, a Lakota elder, to be sculpted by Korshak Zielkowski. It is operated by the Crazy Horse Memorial Foundation, a nonprofit organization. The monument has been in progress since 1948 and is far from complete. If completed as designed, it will become the world's second tallest statue after the Statue of Unity in India. What made Crazy Horse famous? On June 17, 1876, along with more than 1,200 warriors, Crazy Horse helped defeat General George Crook at the Battle of the Rosebud. 8 days later, he helped defeat the 7th Cavalry at the Battle of the Little Bighorn. Our walk through the museum. These are the rocks that have been blasted away. You can take a piece of the rock home with you for a small donation. Bye for now, Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore. See you next time.